All right. Hey, everybody. I don't know if anybody's on here quite yet. Um, Running a little bit late, and I need to get everything set up. So bear with me. Again, I don't see anyone on here yet. My assistant is in the other room. That's who I was speaking to a moment ago. Um, just bring this all up. Let me get everything situated here. Studio and content. And bring that up. Okay, I see me. Is it working out there? Oh, right there. Right there. I haven't updated. I'm updating it right now. And you can see I'm not there. It's messy. Okay. I don't know who else is on here. I was showing three people. Maybe I'm two of them. And no, it's Carol. Hello, Carol. Sorry about that. I am still updating. We haven't missed anything. It's kind of crazy because I'm like, you can tell, I'm like sweating here because I'm running all over the place trying to get everything done. And my assistant is here, and then she had left her phone. So she's actually watching it on the TV in there. So we had to get that situated so she can watch it. Not that she needs to see me any bigger than I am. So yeah, I heard that. Okay, what do I want? So the projects that I have for tonight, they should go pretty quickly because there's a lot of pre stuff that I had done. Oh, there is Terry. Hello, Terry. There wasn't no chatter. No chatter. Okay. Deborah. Deborah. Honey, I got your card today. Hello, Lisa. So, Deborah, I got your Halloween card today. And thank you. Very sweet and kind words. And for the stamps, that was yeah, okay, I'm just gonna vent here while I'm doing this really quick. Um the post office, they say how they're gonna be on top of things, with the election and the ballots and all that other stuff. Yeah. Today when I went and got my mail, um I had a card returned to me that I mailed out back in May. May. And Deborah, on my informed delivery, it told me I was getting your card on in Monday's mail, and it just showed up like yesterday. So yeah, I don't have faith in them at all. No faith in the postal system because yeah, no faith in them. Just give me a moment and I'll also have the link put up there in the chat box for the card giveaway at the end. And if anybody has an issue, and actually we need to add Yvonne on there since she doesn't have her phone. So we need her to add her. Okay, good. To Friday. Yeah, I really wish YouTube would get their act together too and get this all figured out so I can schedule my videos like I was before, and I don't have to keep doing this, because this is a pain. Yeah. So it'll be fairly quick too, because just like as an FYI, I have chili in the crock pot out there and it smells really, really good. And I haven't eaten anything all day. I did have my coffee, so that's important. But I am hungry. Okay, we don't want that. Okay. And let's save that. So now I have all the description and the picture and everything out there. And it's saving. I can close that. I can close that. Let's get the link going here to the spreadsheet. And open this. Wow, a lot of comments, a lot of comments. Oh, yeah, Deborah, those. These are those color cubes. The one, what is it? What's her name? Sarah Renee Clark. I haven't used them near as much as I should have. I've had them for a couple of months, but I have used them. They're pretty cool. Okay, I want to pin this. Okay, let me open up the spreadsheet. Open that up. Okay. And then what else do I need? Okay, names are being added. And let me open up wheel names. This is insane. Okay, close that up. Let's close this now that I've got that done. Okay, we can close that. We got that. I think we're good. I think we are good. Hey, Froggy. So, Froggy, I had sent out a card. You know how we did Halloween last Friday, and I gave you the option if you wanted something other than Halloween. And the card that I chose was actually one of the cards that we did for our September in-person class. So when I'm done with this, I'm going to email to you, because I do have your email address. I'm going to email you that PDF that has not only that card, but then the other two cards as well. One of the things that I'm thinking about doing, and so every Friday I create a PDF. So this is probably going to be backwards. So it has like everything without the links on it, has the pictures and dimensions and all that. Basically, it's just stepped up a little bit more than what you see in the description of the video. So I do one for every Friday Night Live that I've done. I also do these for in-person classes. So when I was doing these, I put it out on a Google Drive, and my thought was, okay, people that were on my team, this was, free to them. But I'm kind of thinking like these Friday night live ones that I make, that I may open it up for whoever, wants to download it. I just have to kind of think about how I'm going to, maybe I'll link it into the video description or something, to where, you would have access to the PDF. Um yeah, because basically I created these, for people that are on my team, or and also for people who placed an order with me. Hello, Sharon. Um And I mean, I'll be honest with you, there's a reason why I stopped offering the free card kits with a minimum $35 order. So I decided that, I'm creating these, why not share them? So I'm going to work on that. And it's, like I said, I think the link in the description, I think that'll work. um, because I can't think of any other way of really doing it. Um, I could maybe add the link into my newsletter. I don't know. I got to think about that. But yeah, I'm going to offer these nice, pretty PDFs that I work on when I do my Friday night lives. I'm gonna do that. So I'm gonna offer where when you watch the video, instead of just those as descriptions, there's pictures and everything else, then you'll have access to that. Uh, it's been, last weekend was very, very, very productive, and I have planned out everything for November as far as my video schedule. Everything's in my planner. I've updated my newsletter to as much as I can update it till. On Tuesday, I think we should be finding out like what the two new kits are going to be in the kits collection out on the website. So I want to add those, pictures and what the contents are and all that. I want to add that to the newsletter. Carol, I saw that you reached out to me through the Stampin' Up link, to add you to the newsletter. I have added you, so you're on there. Anybody else, if you want to receive my newsletter, I typically send it out near the beginning of the month. The only time I ever send it out any other time during the month is if last minute Stampin' Up has told us about some promotion, like say free shipping or something. That's the only time I would send any more emails to you typically. So it's just going to be the one. So if you would like to be on my newsletter or receive my newsletter, um, yeah, I was debating about that card keeper kit, but yeah, you know what? I was so busy last night that I forgot to place an order before midnight. So, yeah, kind of missed out, but that's okay. I can still get it. Um, but squirrel. But anyway, um, yeah, so I got that all done. This was a busy video week. So Thursday, Throwback Thursday, Halloween. This morning was the Christmas card inspiration, and now there's this live. So it's been a very busy week in getting everything done. So everything now going forward is going to be Christmas. So pretty much the throwbacks, the Friday night lives is going to be Christmas. My goal that I have is that I'm going to The stuff I got out of this holiday mini catalog, I want to use as much of it as I can before the catalog retires. With that, catalogs, I want to make mention of this. So we were told, not really, very organized, yeah, not really. Um, so if you have ever ordered from me before, or you have created a customer profile through my Stampin' Up website, what I need you to do is, and I know I'm not reaching everybody, I need you to make sure that your address is correct. Now, in the past, I was able to go in there and I can change somebody's address for them or a phone number, even if they had like a credit card, on file, if they wanted me to place an order for them, you know, I was able to add that info. Well, a few months ago, actually, just after we did the um, the catalog mailing for the holiday mini, they kind of updated and upgraded the system with the customer manager stuff. And they told us this when we had our on stage event in March. So before that happened, I kind of cleaned up, a couple, at least two people, because they had more than one account on there. And I had one where correct address, phone number, and all that. And I removed the extra ones. Well, when they updated, they didn't keep the one that I updated with the correct info. They looked at what that customer actually had changed. If I changed anything, that's what they removed. So if you want the new January to April mini catalog, along with the celebration brochure sent to you. Now, I can mail it, directly from me, but it is a little bit cheaper if I have Stampin' Up actually mail it to directly to you. So again, if you do have an account through my Stampin' Up website, make sure that your address is current and it's correct and all that, because when I go to choose people that I want to send the catalog out to, I want to make sure that you're going to get it, okay? And I don't think there's really anybody on here, at least I don't think, that's got a profile created in my Stampin' Up website. But it's just something that I want to put out there. I think I'm going to have to do it in my newsletter. I'm going to have to figure out some way to get in touch with the people that I normally send one out to let them know, unfortunately, I can't update the address. I thought I was being proactive in doing that, but I didn't know Stampin' Up was going to wipe out what I did and just kept whatever they last updated. So there's that. Um, Let me see. Yes, Christmas. So we are definitely doing Christmas now. It is now November. Next thing you know, it's going to be Christmas. So, all right. So with that, let me go and flip this really quick. As far as announcements go, there's not much. Hold on. And I also need to go and wet down my what do you call it, my Stampin' Scrub. So I'm going to flip this. If you get motion sickness, close your eyes, don't look, and I'll let you know when you can look. Okay, we don't want the ceiling, and we want to make sure we got this up. Flip it. Okay, let me go get, yeah, when I go and I have the camera on me, everything is all wonky and not straight. All right. So I'm using my Stampin' Scrub here, and I just need to wet this one side down. All right. Truthfully, I don't, you know what? We're not even stamping. I already did that stuff already. All right. So again, if you are just joining us, I have linked and pinned up at the top of the chat box. There is a link to a Google spreadsheet. Uh, Add your name to it. If you're having any issues, let us know and we can get your name added. At the very end of the live, I am going to do a wheel of names in which you can choose one of the 3 cards that I have made. Okay, so I'll try and remember to look at go back and look at the comments when I'm done. So really quick as far as announcements, there's really not much at all. We finished the starter kit special, the kits collection sale, that's done. The close to my heart products, this 30% off sale is still going on. So, if you've been a fan of close to my heart products, um, and you would like to get any of those products, they are currently 30% off. I believe it's while supplies last. So there is some of their two-tone cardstocks and I think inks in their colors. And then there's, I think, maybe a couple of scrapbooking workshop kits and I think like a stamp and die bundle. I think they're just looking to get rid of all of the close to my heart, um, their product, and then they're just merging into doing the Stampin' Up. Uh, Deborah, as far as like their cardstock, their two-tone cardstock, I have not gotten per se theirs, like in their colors. When I did get what was it when that scrapbooking brochure came out, I did get a pack that went with the fall workshop kit, and actually I did get the one for the reindeer, and actually we're going to be using a piece of that in our project, 2 of our projects tonight. The only thing is that of course, these are Stampin' Up! Colors, and my understanding from what we were told that come the new annual catalog next year, we are keeping our cardstock, so our 12 by 12, our 8.5 by 11, where it's just the one color and the color is straight through the cardstock. We are definitely keeping that. But then in addition, all of our colors are going to be available too in two-tone cardstocks. And I think they're going to actually have individual packs of every one of the colors. Now the difference is to their two-tone cardstock, it's not as heavy as our cardstock, but it makes a great layer as if it were like DSP. So, um, yeah, so I do have whatever was in that scrapbooking brochure. I do have those packs of the two-tone cardstock. Okay, so if you are a scrapbooker, or some of the stuff you can also use for cards, this 30% off sale is still going on. I've mentioned before about online exclusives. Come November 5th, these products will now be available to everyone. And currently, the paper pumpkin kit for November is the Filled with Joy. Now this one you got these little fabric stockings, and then there's tags that you create, and then there's a special box that it's in. So the subscription period for this ends on November 10th. So that's that's it as far as announcements go. I think I covered everything. I made mention about the customer manager and all that. So, yay, I think now we're good. So now we can get started on our projects. Because like I mentioned, I haven't eaten today. And dinner, I could smell dinner in there and it smells really good. We finally have cool weather here in Memphis. So I decided it was going to be a perfect chili, a perfect chili dinner. So, okay. All right. So for this first card that we are doing, okay. So I have a piece of Real Red. This measures 5.5 by 4.25. I have a piece of Garden Green. This measures 11 by 5 3/8, and I've scored it at 5.5. I have a piece of the DSP. Now, I didn't even mention what was in this. So, in the suite, this is the DSP here. This is the Reindeer Days Designer Series paper. I will tell you I need another pack because how can I cut into that? I mean, those are cute, but I ended up cutting into it. So I need to have another pack. So some of these images, the dies will cut out. And it's really fun paper. Definitely need to get another pack of this, at least. I mean, come on. Like, how stinking cute is that? That's just too adorable. Just too adorable. And there's a die that cuts that out. Then, let's see, there's another one in here. Like, here. Okay, look at this. Isn't that, look at this. That's too cute. Too stinking cute. So yes, I definitely need another pack of this paper. So in this paper, the colors in here are Early Espresso, Garden Green, Granny Apple Green, Pecan Pie, Pool Party, and Real Red. Now this isn't part of the suite, but this is the two-tone cardstock that I was telling you about. This is the Reindeer Memories. Now, this you can find in that scrapbook brochure, and I do have a link that'll take you to the online store where it's at. So we have like Real Red. You can see one side is lighter than the other. And then it also has Pecan Pie in here, and Granny Apple Green, Garden Green, and I think that's, oh, and Early Espresso. So this is the two-tone cardstock. You get 12 sheets in here. Okay, and the other thing that I'm using that's paper that's not part of it. This is, oh, I'm so sorry. This is the Festive Glimmer paper. Now this is in the Holiday Mini. It's got Cherry Cobbler, Garden Green, and Granny Apple Green Glimmer papers. Now it does look a little thick. That's only because I got 2 packages worth in this one. So we're going to be using some of this tonight. Another thing that's in this, the embellishments, these are the Real Red and White adhesive back peppermints. The most, I think, sought after embellishment in this catalog, because when this catalog went live, these things like were on back order in no time. Then they came back, they were out again. And now they're slated to be back in November 18th. I'm kind of hoping that these things being as popular as they are, that when this catalog retires, that they kind of like carry these over, like maybe in the online exclusives or something, because these things are just like, they're awesome. And everybody seems to want them. There's also the Real Red and White Baker's Twine. So we're going to definitely be using all of these. Another thing that's in this, a few other things in here. So these are the book treat boxes, and I think these are on back order at the moment as well. But these are just really cute little treat boxes that kind of have this little flap that closes up. I don't have the catalog here to show you, but this is part of the suite. The Forever Plaid 3D embossing folder that I've used in quite a few of my videos. This is part of the suite, and then there is the Reindeer Fun bundle. So you have your stamped images, you have some greetings in here, and then you have your dies that'll die cut not only your stamped images, but also some of the images in the DSP. And then you got some pieces to where you can actually do a little bit of paper piecing. And we are actually going to be doing the reindeer. We got the holly and the berries, and we got the gifts with the ribbon and bows. So we're going to be using a good number of these dies in this as well. So that's everything that's in this suite. And we're not doing anything with the boxes. Yeah, because even if I do a drawing, I can't exactly mail those boxes without paying some crazy, amount in postage to mail it out. So, yeah. Okay, so with that, let me put those aside. Like I said, there's a lot of things I've already I kind of pre-stamped, well, kind of sort of, well, let's just go with it. I tried to do as much as I can ahead of time. All right, so the DSP, this measures 5 3/8 by 3.5. Then for the inside of my card, this basic white piece measures 5 1/4 by 3.5. And then I have a strip of that two-tone cardstock. So you see this side is darker and then this side's lighter. This piece measures 5 1/4 by 3/4. I have another piece of basic white. This is 3.5 by 3.5 inch square. I have a strip of basic white. This measures 4 1/4 by 1/2, but we will be kind of trimming that down a little bit. And then out of a scrap piece, I already went ahead and I stamped this in the Memento Tuxedo Black ink, and we're going to use to color that in. The other thing that I'm going to be using in this now, okay, on my lives, I typically do not bring in like retired stuff, but this is the banner punch that we had quite a few years ago. It's definitely since retired, but I want to use the banner for the end of that greeting strip. Now you can do the same thing with scissors, but I don't know. I'm just, to me, it's like I don't like when things are all wonky and crooked and all that. So yeah, that's just how I am. The other thing too, as far as coloring goes, I have my light and dark crumb cake and my light petal pink. And yeah, so that's it on that one. And my greeting, I am going to be doing stamping, but I'll be using the Real Red ink. Okay, so let's get this party started. So I'm going to take my, what color is that again? Garden green. And is this light good? Okay, I'm going to burnish that. And then I'm going to bring in some scrap paper. Let's see. Bring that in. For the stamps, I'm going to use the Merry Christmas greeting. And there's another one in here that's got these 3 jingle bells. So I'm going to use those. Okay, let's get blocks for these. You know, I feel like I just cleaned these blocks and they need another bath already. All right, so for this strip that's going to go on the inside, now like I said, there's the dark side and there's a light side. So I'm going to stamp on the light side of this and bring in my ink. And I'm going to stamp these bells. I got more ink on this block than I do on the stamp. Okay, so I'm going to set that aside. Then this greeting strip, I'm going to bring in my silicone craft sheet. It's a little bit easier for me to see this on top of, to kind of see it, because this being white, make it a little bit easier on me. So I'm going to ink this up. And I'm going to stamp this kind of like over to the left. Okay. Close that up. And so I don't have any ink catastrophes. I'm going to quickly clean these off. And I apologize for the shaking camera. Yeah, that glimmer paper, so, you know, for the longest time, we always had like that white glimmer paper. We had gold, we had silver, and they did away with it. I can tell you, between all the glimmer papers that are in the online exclusives and what was in this catalog, yeah, I have like double packs of all of them. I just think they need to come out with the glimmer paper in every color, to be honest with you. Okay, so on this greeting, I'm going to trim off on the left-hand side. And this little paper, guillotine paper trimmer, was an offering a few years ago during celebration for those that had gotten the starter kit. Okay, and then I'm going to use my banner punch now to get my banner on this end. I'm going to bring this in like so and kind of center it and then punch it. So there we go. Yeah, I mean, every color, it would make sense, right? Okay, so then I want to bring in this 3.5-inch square piece here. And I have my Pool Party ink. And I have my small blending brush. And I am going to add ink around these outer edges. And hopefully not pick up any of that red ink. Shimmer paper, I think, is more like a smooth paper, whereas the glimmer paper it's glittered paper, but the glitter doesn't come off of it. I mean, back when I had started and they had the glimmer paper, yeah, that stuff came off. But they had since changed it, and the glitter doesn't come off. Okay, just add a little bit more here. And then I'm just going to lightly go over the rest of it. I mean, you're still going to see more white on there, but okay. All right, so we can get this out of the way. All right, card, what are we doing here? Okay, so now this inside basic white piece, I am going to take this real red piece here that I stamped on, and I'm going to attach this like over to the right side of this. I'm leaving a bit of a white border. One stick. Okay. And then this will go inside that garden green piece that we had folded in half. We'll center that like so. All right, and then on this, so what we're going to do, we're going to take this piece here. We're going to add some glue on the back, on the other side of this. I find for doing this, this will be the best bet, just to use the glue. That way I have a chance to put it in place, whereas if I use that seal, it's going to fight with me if I don't have it centered. So I'm going to stick that down. I'm going to slide that up and press that down. This was, so the idea for this card, I am part of a community site called Stamp Happy Academy with Dina Rico, Barb Mulliken, and Kelly Atchison. And because I'm a part of that group, I get to participate in their catalog kickoffs. And this, what every time they do this, they do there's different activities that they do in there. And this was actually a mystery stamping card. So she kind of gives you like dimensions of things and what you need, and then you just, with your interpretation of what the instructions are, you create your own card. And so this, I had made this card as like a sample card, and I don't think I have the card sitting right here. No, actually, I do. So this is what I made at that time. So I just changed it up a little bit where I was using the paper that's from this suite. See, now look, I gotta glue this side down. And look how cute that is. That's why I gotta get another pack of the paper. I gotta have at least 2 packs. That's what I'm limiting myself to. Now, this is actually going to be my in-person class too, but my in-person class is not going to be tomorrow. My newsletter is not going out until like the 5th, so it would not have made sense to plan my in-person class before I sent that out. So let's see. So not this Saturday, next Saturday, gotta clean the church. And then the following Saturday after that is a friend's birthday, and we are doing a tea. So it's not actually, it's going to be the Saturday before Thanksgiving that I'm doing my in-person class. So That stuff's in the newsletter. So if you're local to me and you're interested in that, you can send me an email and let me know, and I'll add you. Now we're going to be using this week. Typically, my Friday night lives and my in-person classes, I'll do it back to back because I have the stuff out. Okay, so I'm going to take this and I'm going to add this right in the center there. The Merry Christmas, I'm going to add some dimensionals. Yeah, typically since I have the products out, I would do them back to back, but yeah, I'm not doing this back to back. So my in-person class will have like 3 totally different projects that we'll be doing, and we'll actually probably do something with one of those boxes. Okay, and then I'm going to place this right up here. And let's make sure that's straight. Okay, now let's bring this in and let's color this. Okay, so the inside of the ears I'm going to do with the light petal pink. And then I'm going to take my dark crumb cake in some of these areas where there's shadows. Add some here. I'm going to try and do this without being in a lot of pain because here, yeah, it kind of hurts. And what really stinks is that it's on my left hand, the hand that I write with. Okay. All right, I think I got everything here. Right, and then let me bring in my light. So I broke down and grabbed the new crumb cake light. I pretty much killed the other one. Okay, and then let's go over here. So on Halloween, we got rain here. It had been quite a while since we had gotten rain. And then I think tomorrow there's a chance of rain, possibly Sunday, and then I know into next week. I know like on election day it's supposed to rain. There's a chance that there could be storms. But I have no plans to go outside for anything. I took advantage of early voting, so that's all done. I kind of like the cool fall days, especially when it rains. I don't know, it kind of puts me in a crafting mood. It kind of stinks though when you have to, like during the week, you have to work. But the one nice thing is I work from home. So, and I work in this very same room that my crafting studio is in. So, yeah. All right. That wasn't too bad. All right. And then I'm going to bring in this baker's twine. Now there's one of two ways you can end up doing this, and I've tried both ways. That I am going to tie a bow around this bigger deer's neck. So I'm going to do it this way before I stick it down. Okay, so to hold this while I try to tie this bow, I'm going to bring in my reverse lock-in tweezers. This comes with the embossing additions kit. And I'm going to put this under where I'm tying it. It's kind of like my third hand. And that way I can tie my bow. Okay. Gonna remove that. Okay, and then I'm going to make these loops a little bit smaller. Of course, there's just too much. That's not the scissors I want. I want, okay, I want these. Let me kind of take some of this excess off because it's confusing me when I'm trying to do this. Okay, make that smaller. Okay, and then we could trim. All right. And now I can take my dimensionals, add some on the back here. I don't know if this is going to fit. No. I need a smaller one. And I did grab, did I not grab? I did not grab it. Hold on one second. I need more of my mini dimensionals. I was doing my samples last night for this. I knew I needed more, but yet I didn't grab them. Okay. So I'm going to add a couple of small ones on here just to kind of hold these legs down. And this one's going to be a little too big. I think we'll be okay. This one's not going to go back on there. Oh, hey, Terry and Yvonne. Yeah, there's so Andrea had sent me a text, but I think it was not yesterday, I think it was the day before. And she said that she broke down and she had gotten herself um an anagriffin empress. Get this, there's an empress elite. The elite actually has a turntable on the bottom of it. The there's no handle on the top like the regular empress, and there's an actual like on off, and so instead of the flat buttons on top, it has actual buttons on there. And what did it come with? It came with, so this one had the regular size cutting plates and the magnetic plate to it. This one has the same plates, not the metal shim or the rubber mat, but it did have the two different sizes of the magnetic and cutting plates, so the regular size and then the longer ones. And get this, there's a cover, a dust cover for this thing as well, and it's on HSN. I ordered the cover because that cover will fit either that Elite or this one. So I was pretty stoked to see this. I mean, my thing sits out right here, so it's like it needs a dust cover. And I would have not known about that unless Andrea had told me about it. So thank you, Andrea. And I told her that, yes, this thing, even though it cost a little bit, it's definitely been worth the money. So, yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know that. So the peppermint embellishments, I'm going to use 3 of these. So there's 3 different sizes on this, and I'm going to use all 3. Okay. All right, so that is the first card. So this card will sit like that. Now, again, this was a mystery stamping card, so you can do it in this direction, or you can actually, well, it wouldn't sit right, but you can do it as a horizontal card too if you wanted. So there's our first card. All right. Second card. So this one, whatever stamping there is, we got it done already. And everything is already die cut. So on this one, I have a piece of Granny Apple Green. That's 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. I have a piece of that two-tone cardstock. So I want the darker color facing up. This measures 5.5 by 2. Already embossed it using that Forever Plaid embossing folder. Out of the DSP, I used the second largest stylish shape square. So these dies right here, this square. I had die cut a piece of that DSP. And I also die cut a piece of the garden green glimmer paper. So you can see it is like actually glitter, but it doesn't come off. So it's really nice to work with. So I cut out another one using that. And in addition, out of a piece of scrap white, I had die cut the larger gift. And then there is another gift in there. So this is done out of a scrap of garden green. And then there's two different dies that cut out the bows for them. So this color is cherry cobbler. So I cut out one of each of those. Okay. And then I have a piece of real red. I was looking at the comments. Sorry about that. So this is approximately like 3.5 by 1. So you can die cut this piece a little bit, or you can cut this piece a little bit longer, and then you can just trim it down. In advance, I had used my Versamark ink and my white embossing powder, and I heat embossed that. So that part is done. Now, this next part that I am going to do, Terry's going to be tickled about what I'm going to do, because if you watched the video that I did with the More Than Autumn bundle, I had, with the two-tone, like I said, it's got a white center to it, and I thought I had a sanding block and I didn't. And because I said that, Terry had gone and ordered sanding blocks for me. So I am using one of those blocks. Now I have linked this in the description. These sanding blocks, they come in different grits, and this is the finer of them. So I'm going to lightly just scrape over the top of this just to expose some of that white. Okay. Yeah, I thought at the time I had a sanding block, you know, like what you would get for your nails, and there wasn't much grit to it, so it really wasn't, so I had to use like one of those cardboard emery files to kind of do the same thing. Okay, so I'm just knocking some of this off, and let's wipe this off. Now, another thing that I have gotten off of Amazon that works really, really great. I was looking for like replacement things for my lint roller, and I found this. I seriously got to clean that. And what's nice about this is that you can remove this off of this handle, take off these two end pieces, and you can just rinse that off, let it dry, and then use it again. So you don't have to go through, you know, all of those papers that you rip off of it. Okay, so we got that cleaned up. I do have to clean that. Okay, so then we're going to take my card base and we're going to fold and burnish this. Okay, and then on this piece here that I sanded down, I'm going to bring in my liquid glue for this. This is definitely one of the things that I kind of like with this two-tone cardstock. I mean, I definitely wouldn't be using this particular cardstock for my card base, because like I said, it's not as heavy as our regular cardstock, But I mean, it's great for doing things like this or actually using it like as if it was DSP. So, and then I'm going to line this up on the left edge of my card. Again, much easier to do with the liquid glue. Diane! Hello, Diane. How you doing? Diane, are you looking to go to on stage and rally in March? Oh yeah, that's another thing for demonstrators. If you don't know that on, I think it's Wednesday, November 6th, registration opens up for the onstage event in Raleigh, North Carolina in March. I don't think I'm going to be going, and the reason why is, just to be honest, there is a cost to it, and during registration I just don't have it. And then of course, when you do go, you got the hotel, and it's always best to have, you share a room, so you're sharing the expense of that. Yeah, I was thinking about going, but I don't see it really happening. So what I may do instead, well, what I am going to do instead is I'm going to make another trip out near Portland, Oregon, where my daughter and granddaughter are. She got her first apartment back in near the end of September. So I'm gonna go and visit them at that time. So yeah, that, what's here's the one little perk, like, okay, as a demonstrator, there's different levels that you can be at. So like when you first join, you're at a level at Bronze Elite. So what that means is that you get a 20% discount on your orders. Once you reach, like, say, $1,800 in sales, and that's could be if you personally purchase for yourself or someone orders through you. When you reach that 1,800, then they go by 12-month rolling calendar, then you bump up to Bronze Elite, which means now you get a 25% discount. And um yeah, 25% discount. And then when you reach a certain amount of sales and you have actual team members, then you get, what do you call it? Um, you jump to silver, and it's still a 25% discount. But the thing is, if you hit Silver Elite, well, Silver Elite and above get to have one event that they can go to for free. And that would be the best time to use it. However, I'm not at that title at the moment, so I can't take advantage of that. So I think I'm going to have to, sit this one out, even though I really enjoyed going to the one in Houston. And the thing is, I don't think this venue is as big as Houston, so there is a possibility it could sell out fairly quickly. And yeah, because this time we have the close to my heart makers, and I don't know if see, there was a lot of little perks they were given when they were brought on, and I don't know if going to the event, their registration was waived for it. I don't know if they got that or not, but there's a possibility, it could fill up and sell out fairly quickly. So I'm not gonna stress over this one. There'll be other ones. Okay, and I think the one after, if I go to that one, that's when I'll hit, like, what do you call it, my 10 year, so then I can walk the stage at that point. All right. So back to the card. I'm going to take this white little gift here, and let me bring in my glue. And I'm going to add this right over here. So there's somebody that lives in this apartment building. There's a total of 8 apartments. And someone in this apartment building evidently is not home, and they have a dog because the dog is constantly barking. Okay, and then my other gift, place that right here. And then the ribbon and the bow piece. Add some glue onto that. Seems Terry's determined. Okay, and then the smaller one. We'll add that right over this gift. Okay, and then my garden green glimmer square. I'm going to place that right, let's see, move it up a little bit right here. Okay, and then my DSP piece. I'm going to offset this. Move this down a little bit, like so. Okay, and then on my greeting, get some dimensionals for this. Okay, and then this one is going to go right over this, and again, trying to make sure I get it straight. Okay, and then on my baker's twine, I'm going to do a double bow. Yeah, I think tomorrow, or actually our crafting, we're going to do Christmas stuff. So I had purchased that Christmas ornament kit that was in the kids collection, and I got myself a new glue gun. So I had ordered one for myself, and then I got one for my daughter. And I also gave up my haunted home kit because it's been on back order and won't be back in stock until what do you call it, this month sometime. So I had given my kit to her, and this past week, well, last weekend, I had gotten a new glue gun. Instead of that little small cheapy one that you can get, this one actually has a stand to it, so put those ornaments together and then work on some Christmas cards, because like I said, it's going to feel, Christmas is going to come like in no time, and I won't, the only cards I'll have done is what I've done from my videos. Okay, so there is that. And then we have one more step. Let's see, put these away. And then bring in these peppermints. And let's see, we got a medium one here. And we'll put one more right there. Okay, so there is the second card. So we got a little bit of glimmer and shimmer on there. Okay. Yeah. And you know, and that's the you know, like last year, and I got to figure out something different with this year. So last year, you know, near the end of September is when I started doing videos. And all my videos were pre-recorded because I refused to do any Facebook lives, because I've heard that, yeah, that trying to do Facebook lives is just, yeah, no. And so I wanted to do it on YouTube. Now on YouTube, if you're going to do lives with your cell phone, you need to have at least 50 subscribers. And I didn't get that until near the end of January of this year. But the problem was I did so much. Oh, my AC's on. Okay. I thought I had that off. I must have turned it on and didn't realize it. Okay. All right. So I've done a lot of the cutting ahead of time. So my card base is Early Espresso 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4.25. I have a piece of basic white for the inside. This is 5.25 by 4. I have a piece of Pool Party that I have embossed with that Forever Plaid 3D embossing folder. This measures 4 by 3 and 7/8. Out of a piece of, it's going to go this way, out of Lemon Lime Twist. This is 5.25 by 4. And ahead of time, I had die cut this with this die right here. This one right here. And then again with the dies in there, out of scraps, I did the holly leaves out of Garden Green and the berries out of Real Red. And then for the reindeer, I did 2 of them. Now this is like the bottom piece when you build it up. So I have 2 pieces die cut out of Early Espresso. On one of these, I'm actually going to remove the ears and the antlers on it. Then I have out of basic white, I've die cut 2 of the next layers that layer over top of that. And then the top layer, I've done one in crumb cake and one in pecan pie. All right, so I'm going to move this stuff out of the way. I'm going to fold and burnish this card base. Lisa, what is it? What is it that you want shown? Was it the die that you wanted to see? It is this die. Yeah, this is the die that I used. So I just laid it right over here. Now when I die cut this, what I did was I measured from the top of the cardstock to the top of this die. I measured down 1.5 inches because up here is where I'm going to stamp my greeting. Yeah, so this die, this is just going to cut it out of your cardstock. Now if you wanted this cut out as well, then you would need like a bigger circle die to put around it to die cut the whole thing out. This is the reindeer fun dies. The die is in here, along with all these other pieces that I'm going to be using as well. So this is part of the bundle. All right. Okay, so then I'm going to start off, I'm going to take my inside piece. Now I'm not stamping on this piece. I'm just going to put this on the inside of my card. Okay, no problem. All right, so I'm going to center this right here. Okay, and then I'm going to take this piece. Now, there's a reason why one is 3 7, one side is 3 7/8 and the other is 4. So I wanted to have the side that's 3 7/8. I want to put this back behind this, but then I also didn't want it going right to the edge. I wanted it to come in a little bit. And I can bring this down some. So I wanted to have a little bit left over, so then that way this would cover it. So what I'm going to do with this, I'm going to add some adhesive to the back. And again, because this is embossed, I'm not going to be aggressive with my seal because it will tear it. And then I'm going to take this, I'm going to kind of hold this back behind here, like so. And then I'm going to line this up, center it on here, like so. So now I can remove this and press this down. So I just want this as my background behind that cutout. All right, so then on this piece here, I'm going to bring in my, let's see, garden green ink. And I got adhesive on my fingers. And I'm going to bring in the stamp that says Christmas is better together. And get my block. Okay, I'm going to bring this down some. Ink this up. And I'm going to center this right here. Okay. All right, so then let's see, let this ink dry a little bit. Okay, then I'm going to bring in my dimensionals. No, that's the mini ones. Let's get these bigger ones. So I'm going to add a few, let's see, put one there. Add in the corner. Now I'm going to have my reindeer, they're going to be poking up from behind here, so I don't want to put any dimensionals really close to that opening there. So I'm going to add one right here in the middle. I mean, this is an excessive amount of dimensionals, but we want to make sure that it sticks well. So if you are just joining us, up at the top of the chat box, there is a link to a Google spreadsheet. At the very end, I'm going to do a wheel of names for a drawing for one of the cards that I have made tonight. Add your name to it, and that way I can add you to the wheel of names. And if you're having any issues doing so, just let us know in the chat box and we can get you added. All right, then I'm going to take this and I'm going to center this like so. I see a welcome for Elaine Schneider. Welcome. Oh, yeah. Yep, that's right. Saturday night before you go to bed, move your clocks back an hour. I think unless you're in Arizona, I think Arizona is just that one state that doesn't do the time change at all. Okay, so now I have that on there. I'm going to take the holly leaves here and my liquid glue. Add a little bit in the middle. And then I'm going to add that right up at the top here. Okay, and then we want the berries. All right, and then I'm going to add this right in the middle here. Okay, so now for these reindeer. What I want to do, so I want to, like, instead of this being like all white, on one of them, I'm going to bring in, let's see, my light crumb cake. And on this, I'm going to do the ears. Okay, and then I want to do this part here. I'll make sure that I got enough of it. Okay, yeah, we got enough. Let me just fill in that little spot that I missed right here. Okay, and I'll set that aside to dry. On the other one, I just want to color the inside of the ears. And for this, I'm going to use the light petal pink. Okay. And I think we got enough of that covered. Yes, we do. Okay, so then on one of these that has the antlers, we're going to take the one that we colored the snout and the ears with the crumb cake. Add some glue to this. Now in the ear, there's an actual cut in that, so I'm avoiding on putting my glue there. Okay. And then these line up right on top of this like so. Okay, and then the pecan pie piece. Okay, this will go right over that. And it's just really cool the way that they die cut the layers, that you got the dark, you know, the dark from the early espresso with the eyes, and then you got a little bit of the white there for the eyes as well. So that's pretty cool how they did that. Okay, so there is our male deer. Okay, I thought about die cutting this little part here of doing a red one to make it as Rudolph, but I decided not to. Okay, so like I mentioned on one of these, so if we're doing, is it a doe, a girl deer, a doe? We don't want her to have antlers, so I am going to remove those. And then I got to take a little bit more off the top there. That's what I thought. Yeah. So then that way you're not seeing any of that early espresso past the top of her head and around her ears. So I'm going to add glue to the back of this piece. Actually, we don't want to end up putting any glue over where the eyes are going to be. Okay, and then we'll line these up. And because we're using the liquid glue, we can shift it in place. Okay, and then my crumb cake. Okay. And then we'll just line this up on top of that. Like so. Press that down. All right, so then there we go. There's the other one. Very cute. All right, so that part's done. So let's finish assembling our card. So on these, I'm going to bring in my dimensionals. And I'm going to add 2 to the back of my deer. And I'm going to poke him out like right under here like so. And then on this one, add 2 more. All right, and then she'll go right over here. Like so. Okay, so then I'm going to add a little bow on her as well. So this time I'm just going to do a single strand. Okay, and then we'll trim this some. Okay, and then I'm going to bring in my glue dots again. And we'll add of course the glue dot's bigger than this thread or twine. And then we're going to stick that right there. And then of course we need our peppermints again. And actually, Froggy, one of the cards that I had sent you, ow, let's not stab myself. I don't want blood on the cards. No. Okay, I'm going to add one up here. What I was saying before I poked myself with my take your pick tool, the card that I sent you, I use these on. And again, when we're done, I'll email you that PDF from that class. Okay, where's this? So there is our third card. So let me kind of get everything out of the way because I have to kind of bring in the crazy way that I end up doing the wheel of names. So here is a close-up of the third card. It's just so stinking cute. I needed to use this greeting, so what better way than to have more than one deer on there. So there's the third one. So while I'm kind of tidying up here, if you would like to be in the drawing for one of these 3 cards, if you haven't already done so, up at the top, the pin to the top of the chat box, there is a link to a Google spreadsheet. Add your name to that so that way I can then copy and paste those names into my wheel of names. And if you're having any issues at all, say something in the excuse me, in the chat box, and we'll get your name added. Just need to make some room, so tidy up just really quick. Stamp set. Okay. And like I mentioned, I am going to work at possibly maybe this weekend or on Monday. I will make like these PDFs that I make for my Friday night lives. I'll make them available. Let's see. Well, you're there now, Deborah. I think Terry's on top of it. She's a good assistant too. Okay, one more. I think when I run the dishwasher tonight, I think I need to take my blocks and put them in the dishwasher and get them nice and clean. Okay, so let me bring these in. Okay, so let me see here. So right now we have Yvonne, Carol, Terry, Froggy, Sharon, and Deborah. Is there anybody else? Yeah, see, I don't run my dishwasher every night, so of course, you know, I don't think, and of course, I don't want to stand at the sink and wash all those blocks. But yeah, they are getting dirty and grungy looking. Okay, Elaine, I'll add you. Let's see. N-E-I. Okay, so I got you on there, Elaine. Anybody else? Lisa, would you like your name added? And Diane, you too? Okay. I think Terry's on top of it. What on earth is that? That's weird. So I'm looking at this Google spreadsheet, and so like the next field down. Okay, this is just really weird. So when Deborah's name was added, there's like a red line that's around the box. I don't know how this got like that, why it does this, but like if I scroll over it, it says anonymous alligator. And then before there was a green box around Lisa, and what did that say? Anonymous, oh, it was anonymous something else. but it's not showing that anymore. That's really weird. Okay, so I got Diane on there. So I have Yvonne, Carol, Terry, Froggy, Sharon, Deborah, Elaine, Lisa, and Diane. So Elaine, I mean, I think it depends on like if you are, well, we do have you added, but so I don't know if you are watching and commenting on a phone or if you're on, like, say, a laptop or a tablet or something. I think in order to access, you may need to have like some kind of spreadsheet thing on your as one of your apps. I'm guessing here. Uh, up at the top, I have a link that takes you to a Google spreadsheet that's out on my Google Drive. So basically, anybody who has access to that link, they can click on it and then it brings up the spreadsheet to where you can add your name. I'm guessing at this that if you don't have some kind of spreadsheet type of app that's on your phone, I would think that maybe that could be an issue. Um, but I mean, like, say if you were on a laptop or a computer, I would think that if you click on it, it should take you right to it. But again, that's why we just kind of mentioned that if you're having any problems at all, we can add you in there. So I think we have everybody. So this is kind of like the unconventional way that I'm doing this. I don't have that fancy software where I can just flip my screen from this to my yes, I did add Diane. Um so I have to literally grab my laptop and bring it into the screen. So on here we have 1, 2, and 3. So in the same order that I made them. So as I draw a name, you'd let me know which one you would like, 1, 2, or 3. And if I choose your name, and if I've never mailed you something, um, in the description is my email address. Just send me an email with your full mailing address so then that way I can get this out to you. My goal is to get them out in the mail either tomorrow or um, on Sunday. The cards that were from last Friday, I think it was like maybe Tuesday that I got them out in the mail, so they went out just a little bit later. Okay, so let me do this. I'm gonna unplug my laptop, kind of disconnect my phone from the laptop. I'm going to bring this in here. And again, this is very unconventional way of doing this, but again, I don't have that fancy software that I can switch. I know that there's a way if you used, uh, what is it? Yard something. Okay. Yeah, I mean, that's a possibility as to why. All right. So let me do this part first. And of course, I need to move the lights out of the way. Okay, again, I got Yvonne, Carol, Terry, Froggy, Sharon, Deborah, Elaine, Lisa, and Diane. And I'm going to add you all into my list of names. Okay, let me bring this back in. Let me move these out of the way So that way they're not shining on the screen. Okay, so let's spin. Now, of course, because I got my sound off, you're not going to hear the little spinny sound and the little cheer and clapping when the name is chosen. Ooh, Carol. Which one would you like? 1, 2, or 3? 3? Okay. Oh, does that hurt? Aha. Okay. All right. So, next one. Elaine. Which one would you like? 1 or 2? Elaine, which one would you like? 1 or 2? Yep. You won 1, Elaine. Which one would you like? Would you like card number 1 or card number 2? You still there, Elaine? I want to let you choose before I spin again. You still there, Elaine? Okay, what I'm going to do, I'm going to spin again. And when you come on, if the one that you want is gone, it's not really gone because I do have, I have my sample cards as well. There are extra cards here. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to spin again. Okay. Yvonne. Which one would you like? No. That's right. She can't type. Okay. And then I will you want number 1? Okay. I got another number 1 here. You want number 2? Okay. Well, I got extra. Okay. Hold on. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, it's a fight between Elaine and Yvonne. Who wants? So Elaine, do you want 2 or number 1? Because remember, I have an extra set of cards here. So if you both want the same one, that's fine. You want, okay, so Elaine, okay, you know what, Elaine, we'll put you down for number 2, and then Yvonne, number 1. Okay. Um, so let me see here. Okay, so Elaine, I think you're new here, so I don't think I've ever mailed you anything before. So if you could, in the description of the video, my email address is in there. If you could send me an email with your mailing address. And again, when it comes to cards, if you are out of the US, that's fine. Froggy has received a couple of cards from me, and she's in Canada, so it's not a problem. So yeah, so when I give away the cards, it's open to everyone. Okay, it's just anything with products like card kits and things like that. That's the stuff that per Stampin' Up! Rules I can't send. Okay, everybody. So that is it for tonight. Ooh, yeah, that didn't feel good. I think I almost twisted my knee. That would not have worked well. So I just wanted to so again, remember, Saturday night, tomorrow night, before you go to bed, remember to change those clocks back an hour, unless you're in Arizona, because I don't think Arizona follows any of the daylight savings time and all that. So next Friday, I will be using the Snowy Scenes suite. That is the one that has all the snowmen and what looks like the snow globes. That's what I'll be using next Friday. And let's see. And then again, if you are local to me, I will be having an in-person class using this very same suite that we used tonight. Um, that if you're interested in that, again, if you're local to me in Memphis, just send me an email to let me know that you're interested in coming. Also, if you would like to receive my monthly newsletters, in there I do a layout like of the YouTube videos I'm doing, like what Fridays and Thursdays, what products that I'm using for those. Also, any in-person classes and stuff that I am doing, I include that in there. Typically, I only do one a month, but if something comes up, say in the middle of the month, some special, like say free shipping or something like that from Stampin' Up, then, I would send one out then. So if you would like to receive my newsletters, there's also a link in the description um, that says if you want to be added to my newsletter, just click on that, add your first and last name and your email, and then I will include my newsletter to you when I get it done. And for this month, it looks like it's going to be on Tuesday when I mail it out. Okay, so with that, we are done and we have kind of hit the 2 hour mark, which was I was trying not to do, but it happened. So we are done tonight. So everyone, enjoy the rest of your evening. Have a wonderful weekend and hope you get in lots of crafting, whether it's Christmas or something else. Just have fun and enjoy, and I will see you back here next Friday. So, everyone, have a blessed one. Bye bye.